Gustavo Rodriguez, and I will be analyzing the Madonna and Child made by Adriano Byzantine in the 13th century. The materials used by this artist are tempera and gold panel. The artist uses several qualities of lines. He uses curved lines on the organic shapes, which are Madonna and the Child. We can see that on the shoulders of each and on the heads. He uses both hard lines and soft lines. You can see the hard lines on the actual outlines of the humans, and we can see the soft line on the halos of both figures. We can see how the halo lines actually break, meaning that's a female characteristic, making it a soft line. This artwork uses both types of lines, actual and implied. As I already stated, the outline makes it an actual line, and then the implied is, right here, the hand, the layout, the actual hand right here. The line functions on the painting include outline and contour are the organic shapes. The hair shows us the contour usage right here on the Child. Shading is also used around the face, eyes, and skin of both Madonna and Child. So we'll see that here on the eyelids, the nose, the cheekbones, the chins, even on the hands itself, a little bit even on the feet. The shapes on this artwork are both organic shapes, as humans are always labeled organic. They take up the positive space in the artwork, with the gold being the negative space. So right here, the front, right here, this is our positive space, and making up the gold is the negative space. Light is used on the background to give you that holy appearance illusion around the halos on top of the two individuals. So as stated before, we have two halos on both individuals, and then that glow of yellow gives them that illusion that they're holy. This artwork gives us value on the faces, the wardrobe, skin, with different shades and tints. We'll see that right here, has the colors tend to be darker, and then they switch, the gradations switch. This gives the artwork that 3D appearance, even if it's not so obvious. This is due to the fact that at this time and period, people like Raphael hadn't came along yet to give that artwork that real life sense of 3D reality. This painting uses hues found on the color wheel like yellow and red. We can consider this artwork to be low-key, as it mainly has dark shades of color. So as though it has yellow and red, we can see, especially right here on the wardrobe of Madonna, what a dark of a shade red is. Even the yellow is a really dark shade of yellow. The temperature would be considered warm, as has both yellow and red colors, and not colors like green and violet. With the use of red and yellow, this painting is mainly using primary colors from the color wheel. This painting has no visual textures, as the painting doesn't allow us to determine the fabric worn by the individuals. We cannot tell if it's cotton, silk, fur, or any other material. So when we look at these right here, it gives us this really bland view. It doesn't allow us to determine if it's comfortable, if it's itchy or whatnot. This artwork doesn't use the impasto techniques, as one cannot feel the paint texture. So if I were to slide my hand through the painting, we cannot feel anything but a smooth surface. For the space technique, this painting uses both overlapping and vertical placement. Both objects are close to each other, giving you that close-up view. So that's for the vertical placement. The Child is also overlapping Madonna, as her hands are also overlapping the Child. We can see it both times down here, as the hand overlaps the Child overlaps Madonna, and once again over here. Time is frozen on this image, as everything's required to have time. So this is pretty much like a snapshot of these two individuals. The sign is used all around the artwork with all the elements mentioned before, like movement, space, texture, line, and shape, etc., etc. The balance is asymmetrical, as both sides of the artwork would be different if cut perfectly in half. So if I were to take a knife and cut it, one side right here on the left side would mainly have Madonna, while the right side would have the Child. The emphasis centers on Madonna and the Child. We can use the diagonal lines as directional forces, as we can see here with her hands, the knees, and then the facial expressions when looking at each other. The scale is off due to the size of the head, Madonna's nose, and the lips. So we can see how much larger the head is, the large nose, the small lips, which are uncharacteristic for actual human beings. The proportion is off due to the large hands and fingers of Madonna. You can see here how large her actual fingers are, which are not in accordance to the proportion of the painting. This is the end of my analysis. Thank you for your time.